Welcome back to Savannah and Ariana's Thoughts and Talks. It's currently April, and as people know, that is Month of the Military Child. So we'll be doing a short podcast just talking about what it means to be a military child and what it celebrates, basically.
And our few personal experiences that we have on it.
Yes.
Okay, so I would like to preface, though, that Ariana is a military child and her dad is active duty.
Yes.
Though my family was not, both my parents grew up as military kids, but my parents are not in the military. But I have moved more than 13 times as a kid.
Oh my gosh.
So I feel like to a certain extent, I kind of understand where military kids are coming from, along with the fact of moving so much and not having friends.
Yeah. We'll first start off talking about our history with it, and then we'll go into like statistics with it. But personally with me, both of my parents were in the military up until about a year ago. My mom retired, and from that we've moved to many states. We even moved to Spain. A lot of times people move to other countries, which is a lot more difficult than it is just to moving to another state. At least coming back to the States, it's difficult. Parents can be gone for months at a time, sometimes years, depending on where you're going. And yeah, I mean, everybody has a different experience being a military child. Some people move more than others. But one of the hardest things that I feel like a lot of people can agree on is feeling comfortable in another setting because you never really feel like you're going to stay there for that long, if you can relate to that.
Yeah, I never really saw my dad growing up because when he was still in construction, he was gone before I woke up, and he would be gone until after I went to bed every night. And so he was only home for those few hours before he would leave again, and then like I would say year to year and a half we were moving. And it was like that so much. I think Virginia Beach is the longest place that we've actually stayed.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, depending on what parents do, people can be, it's not even just military kids who, like you said, Savannah's not even a military child, but she experienced a lot of what they go through. But specifically for April, the military month, April chooses to spotlight these quote-unquote like young heroes within the military community to encourage and support for their emotional and educational needs, because when moving so much, it can be hard to learn and keep up with stuff that other kids are keeping up with, and emotional support because their parents can be gone for so long at a time, so they don't have both of those parents to be there for their emotional needs.
This month was established by former Defense Secretary Caspar Weinberger in 1986.
Wow.
And it symbolizes all the branches of the armed forces combined, which I did not know about that until doing this research. It adds up all the colors of each branch. So, like green, red, and then the blues. Mm-hmm. It adds it up, and that's what makes the purple. Obviously, the purple that they chose, that like just plain old schmain purple, might not necessarily be the color that it made, but it came out purple. Wow. And then also in doing this research, I did not know that there was themes for each year.
Oh.
But along doing the research for this year, there was a theme of to emphasize resilient roots, acknowledging the ability of military children to thrive and grow regardless of where they are planted. And I feel like that goes along really well with their symbol of the dandelions with the little like dandelion seeds flying away. I feel like in general it's just really cute, and like I like the message that goes along with it.
I like that, to be able to and grow regardless of where they're planted. That's cute. So here's just a fact really quick about the moving. The average moving time for a military child is 6 to 9 times during a child's school career. So meaning throughout elementary to high school, they move 6 to 9 times. That's crazy, especially because a lot of people, at least in Virginia, which is one of the biggest, actually the biggest military base, so many children move here in the military. It's one of the places where people have grown up the longest, and so many people from the school are either military or they've been here their whole life or something around that.
I feel like it's always like when I ask people like, oh, where you're from, they're like, oh, I'm from here, and I'm like, you've lived here all 15 years. But then there's other people that are like, oh, this is my second month here. Yeah,
it can be anything. And actually, it's really funny because when I lived in Spain, I had a bunch of friends, and I just found all their Instagrams here. They all live here. They go to Kempsville, Kellam, and some even in our own school. It's crazy how we all kind of like circle back to the same places. There are approximately 1.6 million military children worldwide. Wow.
And then
One more wow. Wow.
alongside of representing what they consider our youngest heroes of all the military children, to represent our military people in general, commonly on April 15th, people are asked to wear purple for Purple Up Day to symbolize all the armed forces, which relates back to them combining all the colors together to make an overall symbol.
Yes. So tomorrow, April 15th, I don't know if this will be out by then, but either way.
It will be.
Just so you know, for next year too, wear that purple proud. Wear your purple.
It doesn't
proud.
hurt to wear purple one day.
It doesn't, because even though it's just a color and it's just a shirt, it doesn't mean much. It symbolizes a lot more than you would think. Yeah.
And then,
sorry.
Circling back though with the moving around, military children or military families in general move every 2 to 3 years, which adds up really quickly. But then with that though, I think what the research said was since the 90s or stuff, I think, is they started outputting more support groups and stuff for military children and about their emotional and educational needs, such as Anchored for Life, Boys and Girls Club of America, Military Child Education Coalition, and there's many more that are out there, and I think that's a great thing that they're doing.
Right.
And Ariana, she just got a visit by the military counselor to talk about her dad's deployment.
Yeah, especially right now, guys, with everything going on, reach out to the people who are military children, because a lot of more people who are associated in the military are being put out to sea or whatever branch they are, they're going to do business. So just check in with them. Make sure they're doing okay, because while it may not affect you as much, it's a big deal. There's a popular quote quote/poem about the month of the military child.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm going to read it for you guys because I think it's really cool.
Story time.
Okay, ready? So, flower of the military child. Dandelions put down roots almost anywhere, and it's almost impossible to destroy. It's an unprejudiced plant, yet good looking. It is a survivor. It's not the word.
Do you want me to read it?
Unpretentious.
Just beep it and we'll start over.
No, I want to read. Actually, you read it.
You can be the commentator to my reading, okay? So, there is this poem made for military children called The Dandelion, Flower of the Military Child. Dandelions put down roots almost anywhere, and it's almost impossible to destroy. It is an unprejudiced plant, yet good-looking. It is a survivor in a broad range of climates. Military children bloom everywhere the winds carry them. They are hardy and upright. Their roots are strong, cultivated deeply in the culture of the military. Planted swiftly and surely. They're ready to fly in the breezes that take them to new adventures, new lands, and new friends.
Wow.
I don't like that it rhymes, but it's cute. I get the message of it.
There's a better one. I remember this lady, I saw this video, and she was like, I'm a military child. And it was really emotional. It was made it seem more deep than I thought it was. But
I like that it goes along with this year's theme.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah, I really didn't know that they had themes. I think that's really
really
cool.
Either way, so many military children have fun stories just about being in crazy places, like on fighter jets, and being on ships and boats. I've been on many myself. They're really interesting, and especially being in Virginia, it's literally the
Virginia's
busiest.
Honestly, kind of boring though.
Virginia is boring, but it's one of the biggest military influenced states. Because we have the biggest naval base in the world.
The world or the
world. We have the biggest
world?
one in the world, yeah.
Oh, wow. We're
I know.
Fancy.
Sorry. Either way, and we also have Oceana right next to our school, so it's really, really important that we know how important military is to us and military children. And yeah.
So that was our short little quick podcast. We thought we should just enlighten you on our information that we had learned, and that the military is a great thing, but many people do struggle with it, and it's okay.
And also, if you didn't know, military children, also called military brats. And the origin of that is some historians suggest that like the brat was like originally a British military
I thought the
acronym.
brat was the wife's, or is that both?
No. Military brat is like the child.
Well, maybe they were military children then, because she was also a military wife.
A military wife is, I think it's literally usually just like spouse.
Oh,
like military spouse. But that's just like spouse or dependa. I know that dependa is also like dependent, like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's some like historians think that the brat came from a British military acronym for British regiment attached traveler, you know. So like you just kind of like float around with your parents and travel, you know. Anyway, yeah,
interesting.
So yeah, guys.
Thanks.
But wear purple tomorrow if this is up, and if not, wear it next year, and just support your military friends and family.
Yeah.